Welcome back to IXION, where our Tiqqun is actually right now moving. You can see it, it's moving, so we're using our batteries, right, for our systems, but we're doing well. Yeah, if you look at the system over here, so this is chapter 2, right? We've moved out of our solar system and we're now in a new one, where the sun is called Immortan. We've also already gone to most of the planets. There is a couple over here that are remaining, and maybe there, to be honest. Let's check quickly. Didn't really go all the way there, but I know that over here there's nothing left. Any other points of interest? No, I don't think there is more point of interest. Now, there may be more resources. Like here I can see some iron. I also saw a spike here of silica here, which by the way is pretty important. You know, silica is super rare. So let's go get it. We just finished at the end of the last episode to get that planet, which was a bit touchy, and that's why we had to move our Tiqqun to avoid these weather patterns over here. These basically storms, right, that can destroy everything. But yeah, we've arrived here. Now we're gonna finish some of these resources here, and then maybe we'll move it back to that one, and then we can do all of these. Okay, here we're gonna want to colonize. Now, to be able to colonize though, I want to do the full colonization, which will require 60, and here it is, we just got 60, so that's perfect. That's perfect. We also, at the end of the last episode, just unlocked the final tiers of research over here, and you may be wondering why I'm not going to do all of this first. It's because while we unlock this, we also unlock many new upgrades, things like the domotic quarter, or more importantly in the tech lab. You know, the first one we did last time was assistant promotion. Now you want to do intelligent lab, so that you increase your science production, right, from 3 units every 5 cycles to 5 units every 5 cycles. So that's definitely super critical. Next, still talking about science, I would love to be able to do this one, advanced analytics, where the science generated during an exploration is increased by 5%. There is also then that one where it's increased by 10%, and that's really good. And then lastly, by 15%. But to be able to do this, you can see that we need the docking bay design instruction upgrade. So that's what we're gonna have to do. Now, this is not like I really need it, you know, spaceship construction in speed increased by 10%. I don't really need that, but because it unlocks the other one, we're gonna start with that one. Okay, then next, let's go back here.
Has completed its scan.
We can see we have finished that one. That's great. Now they're starting to work on these. As soon as, actually, I think my batteries are back up. So I think we're gonna move over here. Move a bit. Oh no, let's finish that one first. Yeah, this is just 6, so that's gonna be very quick. So let's establish an advanced colony infrastructure on Deville 59, right? 60 of alloys, 60 food, and 60 colonizer. Let's go for it. We need to assign obviously somebody. Doesn't really matter who, I think. Okay, it's gonna take a minute. In the meantime, we continue to find more resources over here and to gather them all. In the meantime, by the way, I'm continuing my strategy of pausing early integrity build from time to time, and I am building another solar panel. It's actually our first large one, so it's super expensive. We're talking about 225 of the composite and 4 electronics. You may not have that, you know, in storage, but that doesn't mean you can't start. Basically, what you do then is you pause it over here, right? Then you can restart your early integrity rebuild. I'm doing there, and then in a couple of minutes later, you can restart it, and hopefully at that time we'll finish it. By the way, a small thing is that right now my colonists are in sector 6, and the ship that is taking away those colonists is in sector 2. So I need to move them. You choose over here only colonists. You may have not enough space in your houses, but that should be very short, right? So you should be able to manage that. Similar to before, I'd love to do dedicated exploration PA to increase by 15% the science generated during exploration. But this requires post-lunaclism science ship, which is this one over here, which in turn require EKP optimization, which is this one. So I don't think it's gonna take a bit of time to get there, because that's 30 plus 35 plus 45, and I have basically 0 right now. So I'm gonna have to use, this production here, which is why, again, doing that research first to improve your production of tech is so critical. But yeah, we should be getting soon those colonists, and then this can get started.
Population transfer complete.
There it is. Okay, so let's see what we get. The temporary test colony has now been established. The colonists will periodically transmit report of their progress. They will provide us with valuable field data. So it is. We can leave the planet if we want. Okay. The key thing is basically this is creating some science from time to time. So it's good to leave, if you can, you know, your science ship there, so you gather that science right away. There is an event at the VL59, so let's check it out. We have completed our studies, so basically we're not gonna get more science point, I'm guessing. We estimate colonization success rate of planet like Deville to be 2.73%. That's not good. Now we can either repatriate the colonists, alright? They've completed their work, it's gonna take a bit of time, maybe there's some risk, or we can sever communication, and in this case, I guess they die. No, I think we're gonna try to get them, there's no reason why not. No reason why not. I've continued to, you know, get more and more resources. I think soon we should probably move actually somewhere here to be in the middle of the resources so that those, you know, trips are shorter, but I first need to fix my hull. So it is the colonists that have prepared for extraction, they're waiting, ready for extraction, 60 people, okay. So I think we just need to send someone. And so it's important then that you have somebody that is dedicated for this. And then also, if possible, I should then move them to the right sector, but we can do that later. Continue to do some probes. I think there's really nothing left. Oh no, my bad. There is something. Some silicon somewhere over here. Okay. So yeah, it pays to double check. And it is. We finished, you know, EKP, post-volcanism, and therefore we were able to do dedicated exploration PA. This is faster, and repair we don't need. Now there's many other things we want to do. You know, honestly, I would want to improve my EVA and all of this, but I also saw electronics factory. Right now it takes 30 silicon to make one electronics, right? That's a lot of silicon, and silicon is limited. If we do this research, it decreases to 25. So that is really powerful. We do have, by the way, the same for polymer over here, right? To make 4 carbon instead of 5. We have the same for steel, but I feel like those ones are less pressing than this. Then, yeah, as I said, we're probably gonna want to do also EVA, similar to before, increasing our repair efficiency, definitely a good one. I will probably also want to continue doing the solar panels, both reducing the cost because the costs is starting to be super high, and increasing the production. But yeah, our science obviously is limited, so we need to prioritize. I have also built a couple of more depots because I was just so full on this, as you can see. Now that we've done the first one, electronics, we can even do the second, which decreases to 20, so really powerful. Then we can also improve in terms of workers, but that's kind of less important. I have enough workers right now. It is, ladies and gents, there is no more silicon on the whole map. We did make 44 electronics, so that's great. There is still a bit of carbon, but not that much. You can see 13 here, and then those 4, which are also pretty small. There's definitely still quite a bit of iron and tons of water or ice because I'm never getting it. I think we're gonna start thinking about jumping when we're done with the carbon because, you know, people can still die. And if I have too many people dying and I can't replace them because there's no cryopods left, right, that's gonna be a problem. So let's get the carbon and then let's start going. And so I think it's a good time to start our Protagoras event. Let's see what we have. Our probe has succeeded in locating the Protagoras. Visual revealed that the DOLOS station is encased in ice. It is not transmitting any signals. That's not good. We are already in position next to the Protagoras. Its hull has been ripped open and its exterior system are severely damaged. Although the outer superstructure appears to be more advanced, similarities to the Tiqqun are striking. To access the station main computer system and retrieve all coordinates, we must first break through the ice. So yeah, I guess we don't have a choice. Let's break through the ice, 5 turns. In the meantime, I've been creating more and more of this stockpile. Here you can see we have also stockpile for the composite, and here even more. So we have 1000 of alloy, almost 500 polymer, and as I said, almost 50 electronics. And we can start making even more. Actually, maybe I should transform this one into electronics too, because we have so many alloys right now. We should probably fix a hull so that we're ready to jump. And that's pretty much it, right? Everything else looking good. Still doing research, right? From, any time I can. Right now I'm working on my solar panels. As I mentioned before, we did these ones over here. I've also done the EVA airlock, level 2, which is 10% repair efficiency. We have level 3, which is 15. That's still remaining. I know I didn't do the crew quarters. Many of you may say, you know, that's a mistake, I should do it. But I think we can just do it next time. It's all good. We have now entered the Protagoras. There are signs of past conflict and floating corpses everywhere. We have found numerous cryopods. Nice. Probably for emergency crew evacuation procedures. Many of the station sectors are depressurized and heavily damaged. almost all areas show signs of looting. We have managed to run diagnostic routines by connecting one of the station terminals. Following DOLOS confidentiality protocols, the mission report on the Protagoras status has been encrypted and we can analyze it in our tech lab, right? So we're gonna basically leave for now, but we do get some science and almost 1000 cryopods, so that's great, because I was pretty low on that, right? And we're going to need to unpause this one, and I think this one too. That's the one that was focusing on cryopods, right? This is Santa Slay. Let's check. Santa Slay, yeah, that's the one that's focusing on cryopods. Good. So he's gonna start bringing a few, and honestly, I think we may actually put that on to do a few people, because we are very close to the number of workers. Oh, we are extra hours here, I didn't realize. But here we have a lot of people available. Okay, so maybe I should just send a couple of people for now. Workers from sector 2 to sector 6. Let's do 30. Okay. And then let's do the Protagoras research. It costs 0, so that's easy. Oh, there is something here, by the way. Interesting. So there is a second research to be done. Incoming transmission.
Administrator, analysis of the Protagoras has been completed. Frozen, mostly depressurized and out of power, the Protagoras has suffered critical internal and external damage. Sectors 3 and 4 do remain sealed and pressurized. Signs of looting are present throughout the structure, with reports indicating that UN forces attacked, wiping out whatever resistance had been present. They have destroyed and gutted the infrastructure required to generate full jump coordinates. The devices containing the coordinates of Remus have been taken by the Etimanenki. We have received a message from the PA of the Protagoras, Valhalla.
What is that message?
Administrator, part of me remembers you. I'm glad to see you and your crew are still alive. And to be carrying IXION, what an achievement. My mind is going.
Yeah, I can feel it too.
The Protagoras, designed to be an ark for what remained of mankind, was attacked by the UN superstructure, the Etimanenki. Before my last electric breath, I have launched decryonization protocols. With only 2 sectors left, the surplus population will be transferred to the Tiqqun. Please help the Protagoras. I have programmed a delayed data transfer that will send across the Etimanenki's self-similar signature once you have guaranteed the integrity of this structure. They plan to reach Remus. Follow their Vol signature, and you will find our new home. What you will do once you reach your destination is only up to you. Farewell, Administrator. For the few who stand in the light, and many who dwell in the dark, you carry the fate of us all.
Okay.
Administrator, new mission objectives have been set. To receive the Etimanenki signature, we will need to free the Protagoras from the ice, perform critical repairs, provide resources to support their crew, and via a connection to the Tiqqun, reboot the core systems of the Protagoras.
Okay, so let's see if we can save the Protagoras. I wanted to check here, there was a retract all. Okay, I think that's gonna be needed basically for later on. So let's just do it while we're here. We need to go back here and check out what we can do. There is still some pods to be taken, by the way. And basically we can decide to either repair the superstructure of the Protagoras or re-establish internal infrastructure and food distribution. Feels like you should first fix the hull before you go inside. It's gonna take a bit more time and definitely taking some resources. Should be fine. Retrieving resources, moving. We're gonna do that one. Okay. So let's give it a second for this to happen. In the meantime, we're continuing, as I said, to get the last remnant of carbon and definitely getting also a bit of the iron that's left. Looking at the mission, you can see over here that we're also supposed to mine the ice. So I guess I need to now send my miners, right? They're doing nothing anyway right now. So I can actually do something like this, tell them to mine, and we're gonna say this is the priority for the mining. So probably they go there first. Here it is. Yeah, I see them on their way. Good. We're getting slowly but surely some cryopods. Love it. And yeah, this is happening. We're delivering now those things. We finished mining. We're delivering the resources, you can see. And in the meantime, what we can do is build this pole over there. We can take 60 of polymers, but we already have a lot of those. So all good there. I may also do one more. Maybe we'll wait. Yeah, no, maybe we'll do it. Let's do it while our hull integrity and all of this is fine. Let's go.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Nice, so let's check it out. We have completed repairs to the superstructure. As we are finishing, an invitation was found that was left for us. Some of the older members of the Protagoras wish to meet with us. Okay. So should we meet with the elders? Or should we... I mean, we don't have a choice, actually. So let's meet with the elders. We're still taking some of these cryopods. That is a lot, actually. I know I stopped it, but maybe I shouldn't have. Because we're not going to be able to store all of these. Damn. I can store one there.
A science ship team has completed a task.
The elders, as they call themselves, have told us their story. They are among some of the last members of the crew that remember Earth. Wow. Many of the Protagoras do not remember their past. The elder blames DOLOS cryonic technology. Okay. They testified to a significant difference between the crew of the Protagoras and that of the unrelenting. Right? They were many people composed of people who had lived on Earth almost all of their lives. According to the elders, Vol technology is more than space travel. Right? This creates catalysm equivalent that is initially caused by the Tiqqun. They are the root of this. The fact that UN self-similar space technology does not utilize this particle means their ship do not leave behind such catalysm. The discussion lasted for some time, and two have decided to stay with them, so we lost 2 people. They're not dead, but that's fine. They do not follow us anymore, okay? And I shouldn't lose my mission because my mission was 5, right? Oh, now we need to be in orbit to be able to do that one, okay? So let's see. Yeah, we're missing some crew members there. I don't really have a choice. Let's move the Tiqqun. So we're gonna go through this storm there, but I don't really have a choice. This is also going to take a bit of time. So I think we need to first go here and reduce my consumptions. Like maybe you can pause this for sure. And now let's move over here. You could also do it in several times, right? Where you go first here or there, so it's shorter, right? But I think we'll be fine. So let's just go there, skip and go fast. See you in a minute. Well, let's see what happens. Yo, we're small. So we have arrived, we are close by. Let's make sure we restart. Oops. We restart a lot of our productions. No reason for them to be off. And so then, next mission is to re-establish internal infrastructure and food distribution to reboot their core system. 100 alloy, 100 food. Okay, let's get delivering. We are in a cold place, right? The weather is cold, so the hull and our EVA workers are at risk. So we need to be careful there. One worker just died, that's also pretty bad. And yeah, I think we're gonna want soon to also push our food. How are we doing on technology? I have been pushing my tech lab to try to get the computing optimization. This is going to do 5 science, but instead of every 5 cycles, it's gonna be every 3 cycles. So that's a huge boost. But for this, we need high-risk experimentation. High-risk experimentation needed that one, this one needed that one, this one needed that one. So I've been doing this. Now we're getting close. Right, 2 more and we're gonna have that done.
Solar panel badly damaged.
That's not great. So we can check over here. We have this panel there is broken. We can click to repair. We've delivered 33 alloys, so it's gonna take a minute obviously for all of this to be done. Okay, we completed this stage and now we're supposed to give 250 crew members. Okay, I wasn't really ready for that. So I may have some working problem somewhere. What's happening over here? Neutral. Oh, because there's a lot of cryonic pod in the sector. Okay. They don't like being it when there's many. That's fine. We'll be okay because we're gonna jump soon. But yeah, 200 people. Wow. This is a lot. Oh no, they're coming to me. Sorry, my bad. So now I'm gonna have a food problem. Okay. I'm gonna have a food problem as well as a population problem. Okay. So let's see if we can move. Here I can move 100 people. Here I cannot really move a lot. Okay. But let's definitely move from sector 2. Do we have actually non-workers also there? There is a lot of non-workers. So let's move those non-workers out of sector 2 into sector 1. Let's go. Basically all of them. Yeah. Start the migration. And now we have an incoming transmission.
Administrator, the Protagoras is reactivated and operational. We have received the Etimanenki's full signature. Act with caution when facing this UN superstructure. We are ready to follow to reach Remus. Nothing is holding us back.
And that is indeed true. There is not much else for us to do over here. If we check again there, we have no more points of interest. We have no more silicon and carbon. We just have a bit of iron, but I have so much iron, we're fine there. I do want to check how many pods are still there. There's still 200 pods. Okay, that's gonna be a lot. That's gonna be a lot. So I basically need some new storage. 1, 2, 3, 4 to store all of these people, because I don't want to waste them. So let's go. And basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna say pods. Right, let's send them somewhere else as soon as we're ready.
Population transfer complete.
Yeah, we've transferred a lot of peoples. Now I see that we finished this one. So last but not least gonna be computing optimization, if you want to do it if possible. But we're also gonna have problems of homelessness, right? So we need to keep that in mind. I do think we should probably stop that. And what we may want to do is create a house if we have the space, but I don't think we do. I don't. Oh, we have the space here. Okay, this is a bit kind of quick and dirty. So sorry about that. And it is, there is no more people on the Protagoras. We got a bit of science there too. So we've actually finished our first. The tech lab is completely upgraded. This is the first full yellow, as you can see. Oh no, I mean there's those two, but they don't count. And yeah, we've gotten it all. So now it's time to do the engine.
In accordance with Frau Stanford procedures, all ships must return to the Tiqqun before volt jump initiation.
Yeah, they're coming, they're coming.
IXION engine ready.
And it is, ladies and gents, I think by now you should know that, yes, we're gonna do the jump in the next episode. Thank you for watching, smash like button, do tell me in the comments if you have any questions, thoughts or requests, and I hope to see you next time.
Charging IXION